period, so that's really cool. Hi guys, good morning. We're still in Cologne because yesterday at the meet and greet, I was told that there is a lock bridge here, and it is the original. So everyone knows about the lock bridge in Paris, apparently, but it started here. This is the original lock bridge. So I just bought 2 locks. I bought one for me and Josh, and I bought one for Miranda, and I'm gonna write little messages on them and I'm gonna lock them up on here, and if you're ever in Cologne, you should come and try to find it. Alrighty, I've decided we're going to do it here just because, for no reason. But I want you guys to be able to find it. So we're gonna do it across from this pole, which is the 5th pole in, from the side where the big cathedral is. That's where we're gonna put our locks. So I already wrote on the Miranda one, I put, now I will be in Cologne forever. I am the best person alive. Love, Miranda. So I'll lock that one on. Want to find our locks. We're the 5th pole over from the cathedral. I'm directly across from it. Suzanne's is like 2 over, and so is Corey's, so you just have to go over a couple more to find them. We have made it to, where are we?
Hamburg.
Oh, Hamburg. I'm on my period, so that's really cool. I have beef to pick with Germany because in States we have like the type of tampons where like you don't have to touch your vagina in order to get the tampon in, and the only type we can find here is the type where you have to like shove it up with your finger, and I'm on my period. The last thing I want to put in my vagina on my period is my very own finger, so I hate it. But anyway, I have them in my purse and they feel like lipstick, so I almost pulled it out to like put on some lipstick, and I gave it to Corey and he like put it on his lips like he was putting on lipstick, and I was like, you just put your mouth on that, and I'm definitely gonna put that in my hoo-ha later, so your mouth basically is gonna touch my vagina. And he said,
it won't be first, and it won't last.
Hey guys, so I didn't vlog much today. We were just driving all day, and then we went for some dinner. I wanted to take the rest of this vlog to talk about something. I just posted my video where I talked about how a guy thought I was a prostitute in Munich and ordered me to go to his room. Basically, if you haven't seen the video yet, when I was in Munich, this guy came up to me and started to talk to me in German and broken English. I didn't know what he was saying, but he was talking about a hotel room, and then he went to the elevator, opened the elevator door, and he was behind me and he shouted at me, and I turned around and looked at him and he said, "You, come to my room now," and like ordered me to go to his room with him. And basically he thought I was a prostitute. He wanted me to go with him so that he could do whatever he wanted to me. Basically, you can even watch the video to get the whole story, but it was gross. And so I told it on my main channel, and I'm reading comments, and a lot of people are being like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. But I just now I'm reading comments that says, well, you should stop dressing like a hissy skank. You show off your boobs and booty and hang around gay men all day. Skanky. First of all, I don't know what me hanging out with gay people has to do with anything and why that would make someone think that I was a prostitute. But the other thing is, he said, you know, it's because you dress like a hussy, which clearly I do. Look at me. I wanted to talk about that for a second because I actually said something in that video that I deleted. When I was filming the video, I was like, well, you know what? I was wearing my pajamas, which was pajama shorts and a tank top. Like, kind of putting some of the blame on myself that man thought I was a prostitute. And also, when I told Josh about it, he was, of course, furious, but he was like, well, what were you wearing? And I was like, wait a second, why is this the question that we have been taught to ask when girls are sexually harassed or assaulted or raped or anything? I feel like oftentimes the first question anyone asks is, what was she wearing? As though what she's wearing is deciding how a man will treat her. I don't know. I hate that that was my first thought. I hate that that was Josh's first thought. We didn't have bad intentions. It's just kind of what's been grilled into our brains from a young age. Like, that is what we're taught to ask. Like, well, what was she wearing? Because it was probably her fault, which is insane. Like, we shouldn't, I should not feel guilty that that man was a disgusting pig face and looked at me and my body and thought, I want that, it's gonna be mine, and I'm gonna treat her terribly and order her to my room to have sex with me because she's wearing shorts. Like, it's my fault because I was wearing shorts. To me, that's crazy, because guess what? If I saw a man who I was attracted to wearing short shorts and his, you know, no shirt so I could see his, you know, sexy chest or whatever, I wouldn't ever be like, one, he must be a prostitute. I also would never be like, well, because I can see his chiseled abs, he's mine and I'm allowed to talk to him in any disrespectful way that I want because it's his fault, because he's showing me his chest and his abs. So that means that I can be disrespectful about how I talk to him and how I treat him, and he's an object for me. Like, no one would ever say that about a boy. But if a girl has cleavage or is wearing short shorts, then suddenly it's her fault if she's sexually harassed or abused. Like, I don't know why that is what we have been taught, but it needs to go away. Because I was wearing pajamas, and even if I was wearing a bikini, or it doesn't matter if I was wearing a bikini or a onesie, my clothing is not the reason that man was an asshole. Like, he was a dick because he's a perverted dick. It had nothing to do with my clothes. And so I was just a little sad that that was where my mind went, and where a lot of people's minds go when they hear stories like this. Like the fact that that guy was like, well, it's your fault because you dress like a hussy. What? Like, I don't know. I'm hoping that's a troll, but I have seen a few comments that say stuff like that. I mean, there's no one that said, prostitute, you do look like a prostitute. Like, because it just, the more I think about it, the more it upsets me. Like, the more I think about what had happened to me and how much worse it could have been. I'm really lucky that he didn't try to grab me or do anything to me. But, you know, also in these comments, I'm reading, there's so many stories. Like, I asked you guys in the video, has something like this ever happened to you? And that's the reason I'm reading the comments right now. I want to see if anyone else can relate and what your stories are. And that's how I came across those stupid comments. But there's also so many stories that I'm reading of other people that this same thing has happened to them, or how men have been inappropriate to them or treated them like their body belonged to them. Like, it's just so sad and it's so gross. Like, I'm reading that my mom is a taxi driver in England. She dresses glamorous while working. While she was working last week, a man got in her car, looked at her and said, I'm surprised you haven't been raped yet. Like, this happens all the time. You sound a bit like a feminist. Yeah, I do, because I am a feminist. Being a feminist isn't bad. Being a feminist means that I think women should have the same rights as men. Like, that's what feminist means. I don't hate men. I think men are wonderful, and I think people who are bad people are bad. I don't think men are bad or women are bad or women are better than men or anything like that. That's not what a feminist is. I believe that women should be treated the same as men should be treated, and men should be treated the same as women are treated. That's what a feminist is, so it's not a bad thing to be a feminist. No joke, this happened to me when I was 14, a block from my house. A guy saw my friend and he started asking for prices, asking when we were free and trying to get close to us. It was creepy. We got away as soon as possible. That is so gross. A lot of people are saying like, oh, my country's so embarrassing. I'm so upset that this happened in Germany. I don't look down on Germany for it. That could have happened anywhere. That could have happened in LA, my hometown. It could have happened anywhere in the world. It was just that one guy, and I have met plenty of other perverts all over the world, so they live everywhere, not just in Germany. Anyway, there's a lot of wonderful, supportive, sweet comments on here as well. There's not just horrible stories and stupid, ignorant people. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that for a second. I wanted to let you guys know that you should never assume that if someone is harassed or abused that it is because of their clothing. You should listen to the person and find out what the story is. And if someone is having bad behavior, make sure that person is responsible for their bad behavior. Don't blame it on someone else's clothes or their body. That is crazy to me. Like, I I hate that my mind went there. I hate that a lot of people's minds go there. I hear it a lot, like girls get blamed because of how they were dressed, as opposed to like making the guy, you know, pay for his horrible actions. So anyway, yeah, to answer your question, what I was wearing pajamas, and it doesn't matter. I love you guys, and I know this entire video was just me like venting about that. But yeah, it's just been on my mind since it happened. It was a really weird experience. I will see you guys tomorrow, and hope you have a great day, and good night. I'm from LA,